What's up, guys? It's your boy Chick Smooth. So after a whole year and a half of constant abuse from Akademiks, Rory decided to wake up and take a little jab at Akademiks. Somebody asked him on Twitter saying, "Yo, I'm proposing soon. Will you attend?" Rory responds back and says, "Only if the entire podcast and media community tells you how irrelevant you are while they obsess for years about your engagement that you didn't even talk about publicly." Now, if you're not caught up on the Akademiks and Rory drama, please go catch up. It's documented on my page. I have all the videos of Ak just talking about Rory, his relationship, his engagements, possibly cheating on his fiance. That's all documented. Go check it out if you haven't. Now, it's interesting for many reasons because one, Rory never responded back to Akademiks on the JBP. Obvious reason was because Joe was cool with Akademiks, still is cool with Akademiks, and he probably told Rory not to address it on there, right? But now Rory is no longer on the JBP, and he now has the freedom to talk about anything and anyone that he wants to. Now, the only other media people that spoke on Rory's engagement was Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz. After it happened, they made a little joke here and there on the next episode of their podcast, but that was it. Akademiks is the only media person that's been obsessed with Rory, talking about Rory's engagement. So this is obviously Rory's response back to him. Now, I do find this interesting because he's doing this a day after their official podcast episode dropped. So I think this is just Rory trying to build a little bit of steam. Now, Rory, I rock with you, but I have to be fair. You guys literally talked about your engagement on a public platform. Literally, the next episode after you got engaged to your fiance, Rory, you guys came on the podcast, you talked about it, you broke it down, you guys had a good laugh about it. So you can't say you didn't talk about it publicly when it's on record of you discussing it publicly. Yeah, Joe probably brought it up, but you also talked about it. Secondly, I do want to say, Rory, this is not something that you tweet about. This is what fans want to see you talk about on the podcast. The first episode came out. It wasn't really the best episode. We're still going to give you a chance as podcast fans. But listen, man, if you want your shit to pop, this is stuff that you have to bring up on the podcast. This is what fans want to hear from you. We want to hear you fire back at Akademiks that's been going out you. I'm sorry, that's just the way it works. Drama sells. And this is something that you should have talked about instead of tweeted about. Now, with that being said, Akademiks has said multiple times that he's done talking about Rory and Mal, but we all know that's not the truth. If Rory goes on his podcast on the next episode and goes in on Akademiks, 1,000% Ak will fire back and start a whole back and forth again. But right now, it does feel a little bit clout chasey, Rory. I do have to say this. It feels clout chasey. You never tweeted about anything Ak was saying about you on Twitch until now that you have a podcast to promote, and now you have Emotional Orange's album coming out soon. So tell me what you guys think about this, man. Do you guys want Rory to get on his podcast and respond? Me personally, I think that would be a great and interesting beef, and also it's gonna help out their podcast. I read you guys' comments on my last video talking about their new episode. A lot of you guys said it was dry. I do have to agree. Yes, it is the first episode, but the first episode for people that's been podcasting for about 6 years now. You know how to make a podcast lit. You know what people want to hear. Give it to us. Push comments below. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys later.